Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to play the song I Had a Little Dreidel. This is a fun song to play on Hanukkah, and it is an easy song to play for both adults and kids, whether you're a beginner or intermediate, right? There is always ways to adjust it and make the song more challenging, but we are just going to go over the beginner version of it today. So let's jump into it. First, I'm just going to play the song for you so you can hear it, and then I will break it down for you note by note, hand by hand, and you'll see what's going on. So here it is. So, very simple, short song. The nice thing about this song, especially if you're a beginner, is that really you don't have to move your hands, so you're just kind of in this C position here. So let's jump into it. So let's go over both hands. So left hand, right, you're going to line up on C, D, E, F, and G, like that. We call this the C position, right? Pinky on C, ring finger on D, middle finger on E, index finger on F, thumb on G. Right hand, same position, but just one octave higher. So I'm on middle C here with my thumb, D with my index finger, E with my middle finger, ring finger on F, pinky on G. So let's jump into how it starts. So the first thing, we'll go over the right hand. So the right hand, the first part of the melody is C, C, D, D, E, C. Okay, so C, C, D, D, E, C, just like that. So give that a try. And now to add in your left hand is just going to play the note C right at the beginning with C, and it's just going to hold out like this. So once again, right? So if you want, pause the video and feel free to work on that little section on its own. When you're ready to move on, this is the next part. So after you do that, right hand is going to do E, G, G, F, E, D. So once again, E, G, G, F, E, D. So now your left hand doesn't need to play anything until you land on that D there, in which you'll play a G. So from the beginning, right? E, G, G, F, E, D. Just like that. So all together, once again, nice and slow. Alright, so those are going to come together, the G and the D. And if you want, you could add in another C. I'll show you where. So we start from the beginning. When you hit this first G here, you can play C again in your left hand, so. Just like that. So once again, if you want, pause the video and work on just those two parts, and then now we will jump into part 3. So part 3 is pretty easy. It just goes D, F, D, F, D, F, D. Really just back and forth. D, F, D, F, D, F, D. We're going to hit that G again when we hit the F. So D, F, D, F, D, F, D. Just like that. So all together now. Just like that. So feel free once again, pause the video if you'd like, and just work on those 3 parts together. It's always beneficial to get those first 3 parts down before moving on to part 4. So if you're still struggling with part 1 or part 2, continue working on those before jumping into the next part. It will save you a lot of frustration. If you keep trying to work on the next parts before you have the prior parts down, that can cause a lot of frustration. So anyways, now let's jump into part 4. So we do, right, F, D, F, D. Part 4 is going to do, in the right hand, G, G, F, E, D, C. So G, G, F, E, D, and then when you land on C, you're going to play C in your left hand to finish it off like that. So D, F, D, F, D, F, D, G, G, F, E, D, C. Alright, so let's take a look at the whole thing. I'll go nice and slow for you. So just like that. So that is how you play the song. I had a little dreidel. Fun song to play around the holiday times, whether you're Jewish or not. Great song to play during Hanukkah, and just a fun beginner song to play. Like I said, if you're really just starting out, it's a nice song because it really stays in within those first 5 notes. You don't have to move your hand around too much, and you get to play all these different notes here. So one more time, I'll just play it through at full speed. And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this fun holiday tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and continue following along. If you ever have questions for me, just drop a comment below and let me know if there's a song you want me to play. I will happily make a tutorial for it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.